Gentleman from Florida is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the gentleman as well. Mr. Speaker, I'm actually glad that I'm doing this now because the Speaker is also from Florida. Understands the Everglades very, very well, has been a strong supporter of Everglades restoration. Let me just briefly, Mr. Speaker, talk about what this is. First, the district that I am privileged to represent includes the Everglades National Park, and I spent much of my state legislative career assisting with the implementation of the Everglades Restoration Plan. This plan is showing extreme success, Mr. Speaker, and this legislation before us today will greatly contribute to that success, to continuing that success. As you know, Mr. Speaker, the people of Florida have a strong commitment to the restoration of the Everglades. Not only is it a national treasure, a global treasure, really, an international treasure, tourists from around the country and around the world come to experience the wonders, the beauty that is the Everglades. But the people of Florida, as well as the taxpayers of the country, have also put a lot of resources to try to make sure that the Everglades is as pristine as possible, gets back to as much of its natural state as possible. This legislation will allow for the implementation of a component of the 1994 General Reevaluation Report that provided for the construction of a buffer and a detention system along the eastern boundary of the Everglades National Park, Mr. Speaker. This system seeks to establish a hydraulic ridge to both prevent excess loss of seepage from the park and to reestablish the historic surface water flow from the southeast Shark River Slough to Taylor Slough. And again, as I mentioned before, these are not inexpensive propositions. These are also not only inexpensive, but they're also very time-consuming projects. And again, the people of the state of Florida, the state legislature in the state of Florida, the governor of the state of Florida, and again, previous governors as well, but particularly this governor, Governor Jeb Bush, have shown that they are extremely committed to this effort. And again, the people, the taxpayers, the state legislature and the governor have put in a lot of money to make sure that it's not just the federal taxpayer, the federal government that's contributing to this wonderful effort. Specifically, Mr. Speaker, this legislation will authorize the exchange of approximately 1,054 acres between the South Florida Water Management District and the Everglades National Park to carry out this construction of the buffer and detention systems. Currently, Mr. Speaker, 2.5 miles, 2.5 miles of the detention and buffer system have been already constructed, and the federal lands conveyed in this legislation are to be used by the South Florida Water Management District to construct the remaining 5.5 miles of the system. And this is a vital part of the Everglades restoration that, again, I repeat, that both the federal government has put a lot of emphasis, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, and the state as well. Not only the state, but also the local taxpayers, again, through the Water Management District, have also put up a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of time to try to get this done. This is a vital part of that restoration, and I really particularly need to thank the efforts of Chairman Pombo. Chairman Pombo has been just wonderful to work with on this. His staff has been great, and my staff has been working with his staff. They have been extremely receptive, not only receptive, but their knowledge, their in-depth knowledge of this national treasure has been wonderful to see. We have not had to educate them on something that those of us in Florida know and love so much. Chairman Pombo, his staff are so familiar with this project, and it has been just a wonderful experience. Again, one of the things that I want to just reemphasize is that this is not a state of Florida project, that this is a national treasure. The Everglades is a national treasure that's also a threatened national treasure, an extremely delicate ecosystem, one that is vital for the entire state, and I would then say for the entire nation. Not only, when we think about the Everglades, we should not only think about that swampland a lot of people just see in the airplanes when they're flying by, but we should also think about the impact that has on, for example, Florida Bay, Biscayne Bay, the Florida Keys, the reef system. It is all interconnected. And I would tell you that the heart of that is a vital, clean, vibrant, alive Florida Everglades. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank again Chairman Pombo and his staff for allowing me to bring this bill up here. And with that, I yield back the remaining part of my time.